God damn it!
Hey guys, we're back for a little bit more of Mystic Destinies. God damn it. So anyways, you thought this was the end? Well, psych, it's not, because one of you lovely commenters so graciously informs me that there has been an update in terms of SHOU'S route for his bad endings. And yes, and the reason why I haven't gotten my last achievement, even though I so, adamantly kind of, believe that I had done everything with this game, but it turns out I haven't because of this update. But anyways, so yeah, the reason why I didn't get that achievement is because SHOU'S route updated with 2 bad endings, some additional CGs, and some nice tweaks and choices on how to get those bad endings. Because as you guys have, I think way back when we first started this game, SHOU was the only one who didn't have a bad ending, and I thought it odd, but I wasn't really bothered by it, and I was gonna move on with my life with it. But it's the creator just decided to throw in a bad ending, and now here I am. This episode is gonna be dedicated to getting SHOU'S bad ending. So yes, so this is why we're here. Anyways. So, the bad endings, thankfully, at least it kind of made me feel a little bit better. It wasn't updated until just recently. Like, I'm talking about recent, like February of this year. I don't even know. I think it was like 2 weeks back or something, but I was way ahead of that. The recording, and I didn't really catch that update announcement, so that's why I missed it completely. So anyways, whatever. So, supposedly, he has 2 bad endings now, and the guide that I've been using to go about getting endings and shit, thankfully updated as well to accommodate these additional bad endings. So I'm not gonna be completely totally lost on how to go about doing it. But anyways, guys, we're gonna go right from the very start, I guess, of his story. So I don't know which choices are different ish, but I can try to maneuver my way around it by reading through the guide and seeing if I can try to recall something. I don't know. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'll just see. I'll just go with it. And if I'm not too sure if the choices are new or not, then I'll stop you guys and I'll just read through it. And just awkwardly, realize halfway through that it might be the right choice, but then you'll see the skip anyway. So anyways, yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Chapter 1, let's go. Okay, I swear to God, there was this choice that was new. It's like, I think the only choice that we got before was just sending a cute text back or whatever the hell kind of text back, like certain moods and shit like that. But anyways, Hana was just, we're just debating on whether or not I guess we would text him or call him. But I guess the dialogue before that wasn't too different leading up until that point. Like, it must be something along the lines. But anyways, the guy says to text SHOU. So yeah, so I think I'll text him. I mean, he might be asleep now since it's pretty late, so better safe than sorry, yes. So, but what should I say? Okay, there we go. Oh. Hey, SHOU, let's be friends. Don't worry about me. Something silly to lighten the mood won't hurt, right? I'm sure it'll be alright. When in doubt, make a joke. Oh, I was gonna say make a lame joke, but that's even worse. Anyway, so I think, yeah, I guess this changed. Okay, well, there's that. Let's see. Hold on. I lost my place. Wait. Yes. Oh yeah. And by the way, guys, the first bad ending, it's called Gray Ashes. Well, according to the guide person who made the guide, apparently there's no actual official titles to these bad endings, but that's the one that she made up for the first one. So anyways, yeah, so the guide said to say, I'm sure I'll be alright there. So I find myself inadvertently thinking back to the time when he caught me. I hadn't noticed it then, but he is pretty cute and he's managed to cheer me up. I start typing, thanks SHOU, I'm sure I'll be alright, but maybe I'm a little too excited already and nervously wait for a reply. A few seconds later, one comes, but it wasn't what I'd hoped. Seriously, are you feeling okay? Do you need me to come over? No. I get the feeling that he missed my innuendo and hurriedly replied that I'm fine. I make a mental note that SHOU is not the subtle type before going to bed. Okay. There we go. So, yeah, it's been a day. I'm gonna just skip on ahead to the choices and I can just try to pick up what context it's in, because honestly, it's like, oh god, we're gonna be here all day. Okay, I don't know. I can't remember. I cannot remember if, if we had these choices, if we had this additional choice or not, because I do remember the context leading up to this point is when she was hesitating on whether or not she wanted to like, what's it called, like, enter in the business club, because of her little incident before. Yes, I don't know, but anyways, yeah, can I really be blamed? Yeah, it's just like, yeah. What happened during the lesson, can I really be blamed? Yeah, she's just contemplating. She's like, oh my god, what would the guys think if I just kind of walk into here? You know, how would they react after what my little freak out back there? So yeah. So I stayed at the door. No, I shouldn't be blamed. Whatever happened, I was the one who was attacked. Yes, in the end, it's all self-defense, even if it wasn't even if it wasn't conscious on my part. Yes. So if anyone blames me for that, they can suck it. Wow. I think if anyone would be tolerant of strangeness, it's them. Yeah, I mean, for sure. So yeah, they've probably seen a lot weirder things anyway. So I pushed the door open. Yes, this is where we get into the business club. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna skip on ahead and to like, let's see if there's any other different choices that we can make to get this bad ending. If not, then yeah, I'll just, you know, I'll take you guys to the most significant things. Oh my god, I don't know, this is, I've been trying to, like, freaking make my way through the choices, and some choices I feel like I've already been through it, like it seems familiar enough, or it's just like, they're so insignificant that I feel like it just didn't really matter what like, when I choose the choices that I was supposed to choose according to the guide, that, you know, nothing significant really happens in terms of the events of the story, so, I don't know, I feel like I'll stop here, just cause, like, I think it was, okay, I'll catch you guys up. It's in chapter 8. It's essentially how Hana was like, she had a bit of a falling out between SHOU'S or something, because he had the whole incident with the Dark Phoenix attack and shit, and how, like, he, after his talk with his parents and them saying how we should stay away from him and stuff because we're dangerous to him, blah 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 blah. But anyways, again, like, so she's really conflicted with this thing because she feels like SHOU'S is giving her mixed signal or some shit like that, and she's just, again, and SHOU'S called her up that night and was like, hey, I feel sorry for what my parents said to you, I'm gonna make it up to you, like, how about I take you out and, you know, we go on a date or some kind of shit. Anyway, so yeah, so Hana was just like, oh, I don't know if I should go or should I not, and blah blah. And then the first choice was like, yeah, I want to go, but, and then it lead us to another choice where it's like, should I though, or he keeps stringing me around. So the guide says to say he keeps stringing me around, and so this is what's like, what majority of the choices thus far I had encountered was kind of alluding to the fact was that she's really conflicted and confused with trying to reach SHOU'S. So he keeps stringing me around, he pulls me closer, then he just, you know, I sigh. Yes, he just so confusing. I'm sorry, SHOU'S, I'll have to turn down your offer this time. Yeah, I have some other plans. That's a lie. Yes, plans to sit at home and do nothing. But whatever. Oh, okay, I guess I'll see you at school. Yes. Okay, so I guess that's it. Like, again, most of these choices, it really alludes to the fact that Hana is really confused and conflicted on whether or not she's trying to get a read on SHOU'S, but then she just ends up not really doing anything that's significant. She just kind of like brushes it off, like, whatever, like, this is too confusing for me to handle. Anyway, so yeah, that's like, I guess, so I think for the most part, all the choices, again, were really like, I think they were already there, that I already made them, or we already read them before according to his first route, like my first playthrough with him. So yeah, let's just skip on ahead. There we go, so, oh, I scared you guys. Anyways, yeah, I guess this is the other CG, one of the extra bonus CGs that we can get in addition with SHOU'S update. So there we go, this is after the party where Ilois revealed his master plan to us, kind of, sort of, and we were so shook that we needed to get out and we needed to get some air, and then we were very emotional because he said some pretty nasty things, and then SHOU'S came and then he, like, sweeped us into a hug to comfort us. So yes, so this hug, it feels different from any other of his other touches, yes. It feels desperate, and yet protective. I don't try to move, I just sink into the warmth that is SHOU'S embrace. His gentle and deep compassion, it's like the sun warming my face after an eternity of wandering in darkness. Aw, my tears start flowing freely and I begin to openly sob like a child. SHOU'S only tightens his hold on me and gently rubs my back in response, and I start crying harder. I finally start to notice little things, like the lovely scent of peaches that comes from SHOU'S hair. Ah yes, he had a thing for peaches. The sparkling stars above and the soft sound of waves lapping. In response, my breathing slows and so do my tears. After I don't know how long, they come to a complete stop. I slowly separate from SHOU. Okay, there we go. So I think it's hard to tell in the low light, but is he blushing? Yes. So SHOU, you can look at me now. So yes, I'm gonna skip on ahead to this one choice. I think the choices again are gonna be the same. So I'm just gonna Oh hey guys, it's another CG. Like it's okay. We can do these. Like I again, these are the choices for sure. They're all in the same. I remember this clearly because it's like a very pivotal part of the story. But anyways, yeah. So I'm here, SHOU. Anyways, yeah. You guys can see now. You guys can see this lovely CG of him dying in our arms. I'm here, SHOU. Are you alright? Yes, you shouldn't have done that for me. My imitation of life. Yes, it's the same dialogue, you guys. I guess the only new thing here is basically the added CG, but like, I guess so. Like, I guess it rightfully should have been here because, you know, he was dying and all. Oh, well, this is interesting. Again, the dialogue is all the same. Basically, it's Ilois just explaining to Hana why it is that he's doing the things that he's doing. He's basically telling us the story about the Dark Phoenixes and their existence and stuff and how their existence are like, you know, every other Phoenix is like, they're shunning them. So yeah, but except I guess instead of, you know, walking through the forest and, you know, having this conversation, he brings us back into another part of the manor. So yeah. So yeah, there we go, you guys. There's that. Again, it's all in the same kind of dialogue where he's like telling his story about how he's been through a lot of shit and like he's been abused and yeah, all that stuff. So I'm gonna skip on ahead again. Okay, so guys, this is the last of the choices that we're gonna make before the guide is telling me that the ending is going to happen in chapter 12. So judging from the title that the creator has made up for this ending, I'm only assuming is that SHOU doesn't resurrect at all. So maybe that's the bad ending that we're gonna get. But anyways, let's just see it. This time I feel like I'm just gonna go through the sequence just cause like I don't want to accidentally skip over shit. So yeah, what? So yeah, basically, to catch you guys up, I think we fell asleep or some shit. I don't know. We woke up the next day and we're suddenly strapped to a chair in the middle of the ballroom again, and he's just like, I'm going to perform the ritual on you, I guess. So after a few moments of this, I can't take it anymore. What? I can feel the tears starting to spill from behind my eyes, but I refuse to let Ilois see me cry. Did he tell us about the whole jar thing that is SHOU's ashes? Maybe. I don't know. But Ilois only smiles and doesn't answer. A number of emotions run through me: fear, frustration, helplessness, and despair most of all. I'm a mess, I know, but he may have won. He got me what he may have won. He got me just like he wanted, but that doesn't mean I'll let this asshole see me cry. Unable to control anything else about the situation, I make this one last vow. No matter what happens, I will not cry. So instead, I try to glare at Ilois with as much anger and hatred as I can muster. Seeing my expression, Ilois chuckles in amusement. He moves closer and leans down so that my face is right in front of mine. So hate me all you like, little butterfly, it won't change a thing. Yes. So my face doesn't change though when Ilois walks back to the table. With his back to me so that I can't see, he begins to take things out of the box he brought. My fear has come to a boiling point, and I really finally let go of the last remaining hope that I had. This is it. This is the end. I let come what may. I start to stare at the mural on the ceiling, and I'm again reminded of SHOU. I'll just focus on the thought of him from now, until the end. But then Ilois begins to speak, looking back over his shoulder. I'm going to enjoy this little game. I wonder if I can top my old mistress. Oh god, I'm horrified when I think about precisely what he might mean. What do you mean? Are you talking about that empress you were given to? Yes. Ilois stops what he's doing and turns completely around. Well, it seems the little butterfly was listening after all. Well, duh, I had nothing else to do when I was being held hostage, so you want to know. Well, why not? It's been so long since I could talk to anyone about it, so why not tell you more? Yes, my own parents gave me to Empress Laurentia as thanks on behalf of the Phoenix kind. I was a pretty decoration for her. Owning an exquisite creature like me seemed to be proof of her that her power was above all. So when I grew older, I became even more beautiful, so the Empress took me as her lover. Yes, I was her favorite pet, tutored in the ways of the imperial court. As her most precious toy, I was taught all the things that the Empress, the first lover, should know. One day as is apt to happen to so many, Laurentia was betrayed and murdered. A new empress took her throne, and so I was passed on to Empress Mariana, a vile woman who enjoyed breaking her toys. Breaking, yes. That's right. Mariana was extraordinarily twisted and decided to test for herself the notion that phoenixes could be reborn. That was her favorite pastime, trying different ways to torture and kill me. Yes, Ilua's eyes becomes distant and I feel sick to my stomach. I can't help but feel some pity for this beautiful, twisted man who must have experienced horrors beyond my imagination. But the thought that he intended to perpetrate them upon me to try and top what she'd done to him was quite sobering. I eventually killed her and escaped, yes. That Iluis says this so casually only increases my fear. It was around that time that other phoenixes started losing their ability to resurrect. Iluis laughs. There was plenty of deaths around that time. It was before those fools realized that they could no longer treat life as something trivial. But I've talked about myself enough. It's time to get started. I have plans for the future, yes. Plans to get those pompous golden morons to realize that they haven't been true phoenixes for many centuries. My kind aren't some corrupted trash to be treated as worthless or some plague on the otherwise perfect phoenix society, yes. Iluis finishes the little tirade with such victorial that I'm actually surprised. I can see that he really cares about this, but it doesn't mean that what he's doing is right, yes. So Iluis seems to have realized his slip. He takes a deep breath and carefully schools his expression. Taking a step back, he takes something off the table. For the first time, I can see what's on it. My eyes are immediately drawn to the large glass jar that looks like it's filled with gold and black dust, yes. My heart stops. No, not dust. I see you notice the urn, yes. He slowly runs his fingers around the edges of the lid. I can't speak, an unsettling feeling spreads through me. I'm sure you missed your darling little phoenix, so I thought he could join us. The blood in my veins runs cold, and I look back and forth from Iluis to the urn. Yes. No. Yes. Oh, yes, it is. Iluis looks so pleased with himself. But I feel hot and cold at the same time, like I'm going to vomit. Oh, you seem bothered. Yes, maybe I should just toss these out? Or shall I use it to fertilize the garden? I'm shaking, but my panic is starting to turn into pure rage with every word. You're disgusting, yes. Leave SHOU'S remains alone, you asshole. Haven't you done enough to him? Just let him rest in peace. Well, I struggle against my bindings, wanting to wrap my hands around his throat. I grit my teeth as Iluis continues with the dagger, keeping SHOU'S face in my mind the entire time. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice something's changed about the jar. The ashes have turned from gold to a dull gray. There we go, okay, so why is that? I realize Iluis has stopped for a moment and appears to be thinking. Why, he hums. I can't even begin to guess what might be going on in his mind. And even if I could guess, I probably don't want to know. Iluis turns to look back at the urn. All of a sudden, his detached clinical composure is gone. He smirks as he turns back to me. What is that supposed to mean? Well, isn't that curious? Yes, and curious indeed. What happened? Given his self-sacrifice, I thought your fake phoenix will come back as a real one soon enough. What do you mean? Okay. Oh, so he knows what's going on. So his gold ashes change in color, so that does mean something. I mean, like before, like when SHOU resurrected, like properly, I guess Iluis was already aware that it would happen. Maybe he was just kind of testing it, maybe. But now he was just like, oh, well, that's curious. Looks like it's not gonna happen this time. SHOU'S coming back? Nope. My voice sounds so small. Not anymore. Iluis frowns. Yeah, a shame really. A potential new Dark Phoenix is now lost to the world. I stare at the urn with a frown of my own. My feelings are one big jumbled mess. But why? I hadn't realized he would have. No, he should have come back to life, to me. Everything around me seems to fade as the realization truly hits me. SHOU was going to come back and now he's not. But why? Yeah, but why? But why? Oh, but why? I can't breathe. SHOU was going to come back. SHOU was meant to come back. And Iluis knew all along. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. SHOU, why didn't you come back? Telling me that is the cruelest thing that Iluis has done. I don't care about the pain, about anything. The knowledge that SHOU was supposed to come back, but for some reason he didn't. I can't take it. Okay. I close my eyes, my mind goes blank. It's worse than just thinking him dead. All I hear is a loud ringing in my ears. I'm only half aware of what Iluis does to me, but even that no longer feels painful. All I am is numb, so very numb. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. SHOU, why? Indeed, why? I push everything away, going deeper and deeper into myself. I don't want to deal with the world anymore. Okay. Well, there's our bad ending. Okay, well, I can only assume that he didn't come back is because we didn't have strong enough feelings for him. Maybe because we're so like throughout the entire time, Hana was just like, oh my god, he's just playing with me, and I don't understand him. Oh no. But anyways, there we go. I figured. Okay, so the next bad ending that we can get with SHOU, I'm just gonna see something. If this so the update is there, and is that it? I swear it was just 2 CGs that we get the update for. So these are the 2, essentially. But anyways, we're gonna go and get his last bad ending that we can get, which is called, as dubbed by the creator of this guide, The Dark Phoenix Rises. So, okay, so I'm only assuming it's like a Jean Grey kind of deal, where it's like, it's also kind of like the whole thing that happened when Tsuneka forced resurrected SHOU when he wasn't supposed to, like at that very moment, and he became the Dark Phoenix. I can only assume it's along the same lines as that. So I don't know, let's just see it. Let's just do it. Okay, so I think this is the only choice I'm gonna do because essentially I've went through all the other choices already, and again, most of them aren't that different anyways, but I think this is the most significantly that's different. So yeah, so again, instead of just immediately texting SHOU, we're gonna actually call him. We're gonna call SHOU. So I hit call and put the phone next to my ear before I can psych myself out. The phone rings once, twice, it keeps on ringing. Maybe he went to sleep already? I don't know. I move to hang up when I hear a click on the other end. Hello? Yes. Oh, god damn shit. What do I say? Hang up. Hang up. Oh, lol, hang up. Okay, hang up. My heart jumps to my throat when I hear his voice all of a sudden. The phone falls out of my hand and I scramble to catch it. Hello? Yes, I faintly hear SHOU's voice, and with a wildly beating heart, I quickly hang up. I sigh and let the phone drop onto the bed. I seriously didn't think that one went through. If he asked about the call, I'll just tell him that I called by accident and hung up in panic or something. Or butt dialed, I don't know. It's mostly true anyway. I fall face first into the pillow. Wow, you're such an awkward bean. Jesus. Anyway, so I think that's it. I'm just gonna skip on ahead, you guys, and where is this bad ending? I'm pretty sure that bad ending would occur around the same time. Yeah, it's gonna occur yeah, it's gonna occur around the same chapter, so like up until the point where SHOU is supposed to resurrect, except the last time in his bad ending he didn't resurrect, but this time who knows what might happen. Okay, yes, so it's up to this point where, yes, he strapped the bleeding heart to us, and he's currently just kind of making, like, cuts on us, and then we're healing the cuts, and he's just like, oh yes, how curious. So yes, he's doing it again. This time he makes a deeper cut, and then it's like, damn it, stop doing that, honestly. So yes, out of the corner of my eye, I noticed something's changed about the jar. The ashes have turned from gold to black. There we go. So instead of the dull gray. So there we go. I realized Iluwis has stopped for a moment and appears to be thinking. I wonder what would happen if I tried it on your eyes. There, okay. So I swallow hard, unable to hide the terror on my face. Now. No need to have no repeat of Dead Space, okay? No, I don't want that. He slowly brings the dagger closer to my face, and complete panic takes over me. I'm completely frozen as the bloody blade inches closer and closer to my eye. Chapter 12, On Dark Wings. Is that a new title chapter or not? I don't even know. Suddenly there's a sound of glass cracking and shattering. A blast of energy explodes from the urn and blasts Iluwis away from me. The force is so great that the chair I'm strapped to tips over. I fall to the side along with the chair still tightly bound to it. The explosion combined with hitting my head on the ground makes my ears ring. My vision is blurry too, and the ringing in my ears is so loud that it's all I can hear. I see Iluwis coming closer to me and try to struggle to get up. Damn you, Iluwis, but there's nothing I can do. I'm so confused as to what's happening, but I hate being in a helpless position like this even more. Yes. So as my vision starts to clear up and the ringing goes down, I see someone I didn't expect to ever lay my eyes on again. Yes, but is he? Hey, yes, he's a Dark Phoenix though. SHOU is the one standing in front of me. Yes, but he's not in golden showers and golden feathers and everything. It's just the Dark Phoenix that we saw when Tsuneka resurrected him. Yeah, so, but it isn't quite the show I remember, not by a long shot. Large, dark, ashy wings are folded on his back, and while he reminds me of Show, he looks so completely different. No, no, that's not Show. It can't be. He looks down at me, his face showing no emotion. There's no sign of recognition in his eyes. Yes. This Show steps closer to me. Are you gonna snap my neck? Get away from me! Show, he's back, but no, this can't be real. This isn't Show. Yes. It's just another one of Ilois's head games. No, girl. It is Show, but like, he's just not right. He's not right in his mind. Show cocks his head to the side and continues to wordlessly stare down at me as I struggle against the chains. A little behind Show, I see Ilois get up from where he was flung against the wall. He pulls out the dagger that must have stabbed him when the explosion happened and puts his hand over the wound, wincing. Hey, I figured you'd be back, though you're quick for your first time. Far quicker than any of the others. But I see that's not without consequence. Yeah, so Show doesn't react. He just stands in place, looking down at me. But unlike Show, I can't remember without a reaction. But unlike Show, I can't remain without a reaction. Yeah, this is kind of creeping me out. Like, you're just staring at me. I glare at Ilois, though I can only imagine how it looks with me still chained to the overturned chair. What? You knew he'd come back the whole time? Yes, he did. You bastard. I struggle against my bindings, but just as before, the chains refuse to give in. Ilois takes down his hand, and when I realize he must have cauterized it when I see the wound is gone. Why, yes, of course I knew. Though I didn't expect this turn of events. I'm afraid to ask, but Ilois doesn't require any prompting in his case. For him to come back so dark already. What do you mean? A pleasant surprise, to be sure. I stare up at Show's silent form. Well, that's a mistake right there. A surprise, yes, but I'm not sure that I would call this pleasant. As happy as I am to see Show return, every fiber of my being screams that something is very, very wrong. Yeah, no kidding. I want to ignore the warning signs blaring in my head, and I almost do. You said consequences. I'm pretty sure he lost his sanity or some shit like that. Kind of like with Superman, when Batman brought him back. I'm afraid to say it out loud, as if not saying it would somehow stop it from becoming real. There's something wrong with him. Yeah, Ilois chuckles. Wrong? It depends on how you look at it, little butterfly. Your boy has come back anew as a dark phoenix, but he's much further along on his first resurrection than anyone I'd seen. Even I hadn't progressed quite that far on my first time. He seems amused, pleased even. But he's still Show, isn't he? That's questionable. At the mention of his name, Show finally reacts, as if finally breaking out of some strange trance. I can see the first spark of recognition in his eyes. Show? 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 But before I can turn hopeful, his expression twists into something I hadn't thought I'd ever see on Show. Especially not directed at me. He takes a step closer, looming over me like an angel of death. Yeah, and he's gonna snap my neck shut. In one swift move, he leans down and pulls me up, chair and all. My eye catches Ilois standing far back by the pillars. He casually leans back on one of them and watches the scene unfold with raised eyebrow and a smirk on his lips. Yes. I can barely string together a single thought. The way Show looks at me, it makes my insides turn cold. I can't breathe. Show, no, please, no. I feel the metal wrapped around my skin turn hot, too hot to bear it. I want to cry out, but something stops me. Show, why are you doing this? My voice cracks. Yeah, why are you doing it? No answer. The way his hand is wrapped around my neck I can barely breathe. The metal chain melts away and the weight of the chair disappears as it falls to the ground with a loud clatter. With my hands free finally from the chains, I grasp at Show's hand. Show holds me higher. I claw at his hand and make a feeble attempt to anyway. I barely have any strength in me left. Everything hurts, it hurts so much. The thought to fight back does cross my mind, but I can't fight Show. If I can just reach him, if I can reason with him. I know he has to be in there somewhere. Ilois must have done something to his ashes to make him come back like this, if I can just get past that. Or maybe it was me. Have you thought that it might be you that caused this, you know? Show, why? I hate you. Oh shit. What? Hate? Why? Why would you hate me? My mind feels numb. I want to ask why to demand some sort of answer, but the moment I try to, I get choked up. I just can't get the words out. Suddenly, I feel an extremely sharp pain in my chest, and it takes everything in me not to scream. The pain is so overwhelming, it becomes everything. I can't even think. Did you just tear my heart out? I start to see spots in my eyes. Show, please. Despite everything, I managed to say something. But Sho only looks at me with unmasked disgust in his eyes. I feel his fingertips heat up against my skin. The smell of burning flesh reaches my nose. But I'm in so much pain that it hardly makes a difference. Every cell in my body screams in agony. My consciousness starts to fade, and no matter how hard I try to hold on, it continues to slip away. Sho releases his grip on me, making me fall to the floor like a sack of potatoes. Ouch. I can barely hold on to my conscious state. My eyelids feel so very heavy. Even in my half-conscious state, I can see him looking down at me in disgust. I blink. Oh, what? Everything feels so sluggish. I see Sho turn away from me. I fight myself to open my eyes. When I open my eyes again, Sho is already gone. There's only Illowis crouching down in front of me. What? My whole body feels so heavy. What do you want? I'm so tired. He looks serious, almost sad even. He reaches out for me and pulls away the brooch he had attached to me earlier, only now it's glowing, pulsing with power so strongly that I can feel it even in this state. Oh, my powers are gone. He came back twisted, though I'm sure that was obvious enough. Everything he was and everything he felt has been inverted, conveniently for me. He looks down at the glowing heart in his hand. I'll put this to good use. Finally I'll be able to really change things. Then he looks back at me, as my unconsciousness fades, I hear him say one last thing. Rest in peace, Hana. Okay, bye. Bye. There, did I get it? Oh yeah, I did it. Oh my god, I did it. I completed everything finally, and okay, I can get behind on that bad ending because, yeah, you know what? I don't even know what happened when they first released this game and when they first released SHOU'S chapter or SHOU'S route. I didn't understand why the creators didn't include a bad end or didn't make a bad ending for him. Like, I thought it was weird considering the fact that all the other guys had bad endings, but again, it's like I wasn't too necessarily bothered by it just because, again, it wasn't the first time that one single guy in an ultimate visual novel game didn't get a bad ending, i.e. example, Dandelion, the wishes brought to you kind of thing. Yeah, Jiun, the little white bunny, the little boy, the white bunny, that character, like, he doesn't have a bad ending either, and it just kind of ended off in a note where we just visited his kingdom and that was it. So I had, in a sense, that was what I had in mind, but then suddenly they, I guess something happened. They're like, you know what? Let's just give Sho a bad ending because, it would make sense, and it does. It would make sense because I feel like Jiun's is a special case where it kind of flowed naturally for him to not have a bad ending compared to the other guys that you can romance. But in terms of in this universe, I guess, it's like everything can go wrong, like no matter what. So it would make sense, like in that moment, yeah, like that was a perfect opportunity where Sho very well could, like, shouldn't have resurrected or, had that chance of not resurrecting and we would have been fucked. Or, he comes back and he's all corrupt, as we saw in Suneka's, in Hikaru's story with Suneka and how we revisited the timeline. So, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, that kind of peeved me a little bit, where it's like, after everything that's said and done, it's like you go back and you update bad endings for this guy when from the very start I felt like you should have done it anyways. But I don't know, whatever. I guess better late than never, I guess. Whatever. Anyways, that was my only peeve. My only pet peeve, my only little bit slight annoyance is the fact is that they just updated his bad ending, and it's like, well, he should have gotten a bad ending from the very start anyway. So, whatever, I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed the game overall. And so yeah, now we can finally put this game to rest and I can sleep easy now that I have all achievements. All my achievements have been collected and shit. We get some bonus stuff as well too, so it's all good. Anyways, so again, thank you so much for mentioning how, Sho has bad endings now, and that in turn solves my little issue with not getting that last achievement of completing everything about this game. So yeah, so until then, you guys, finally, I will see you in another Let's Play, but then for now, bye!